Greetings, friend. I'm going to give you 3 amazing tips about Sudoku pairs. The last one is the most important, and it's the reason why some of the world's top setters will get stuck on a puzzle like this. Click below if you want to give this puzzle a go, and with that, it's solving time. When you see a puzzle like this, you'll notice that a few of these columns and rows have several cells already filled out, like column 8 right here. You got a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have a 1, 2, 3. And also this setter, Serhii from Ukraine, he put a couple digits down here. This is going to help us out. You see there's a 2 and a 3 right here. We know this is going to be a 1. And so now you can remove the 1 and we create our first naked pair, all right? So a naked pair is whenever 2 cells are limited to the same 2 candidates. That's a naked pair. That means that these 2 candidates can't be anywhere else along that house, which is that row, column, or block. All right, after doing that, we can now make some more solves with the 1s, because we have 2 1s here in this one. We can solve for a 1 in block 8, and take these 2 1s, we can solve for 1 here in block 5. And then you'll notice that a 1 can't be here in row 4 because of this one, and it can't be here now because of these ones. So this has to be your 1 now. And then all that leaves is a 2 and a 6 to go across row 4. You want to focus on these rows that have many cells filled out. And since we have a 2 right here, this is the only place left for the 2, and this has to be your 6. Okay, next type of pair I want to show you is a hidden pair. Notice how we just put a 5, 6 right here in block 4. And then you have a 5, 6 right here in block 6. And a 5 and 6 right here in block 2. That limits the 5 and 6 to the same 2 cells. Whenever you have the same 2 candidates limited to the same 2 cells within a block, that makes them a hidden pair. And it means that no other candidates can be in those 2 cells. This is awesome. So a hidden pair is a restriction on the candidates. They're limited to the same 2 cells. Where a naked pair like this 2, 3, it's a restriction on the cells. The cell can only take these 2 candidates. And so that's what I wanted to show you. And so the first tip I want to give you here is about the different types of Sudoku pairs. All right, you have the hidden pair and naked pair, and these 2 are the kind that involve 2 different candidates. The other 2 are pointing pairs and claiming pairs, and those involve single candidates that are in 2 cells. Okay, so that's a big difference. That's your first tip. Since we have a 5, 6 here, we can put a 9 right there. And if you just want to learn more about all the types of pairs, download my free Sudoku solving guide. I got it in the pinned comment below. You'll be able to solve these puzzles very quickly. I give you diagrams, I give you videos, I give you definitions. You will solve puzzles like this so much faster when you do. All right, after the hidden pair, now we can look in block, let's go down here to block 7, okay? Since we have these extra candidates added in, you'll notice there's some restrictions here. We got 2 3s here, which means this is the only place for a 3. And then with this 5 cutting across the row and this 5 in the column, there's only one place for a 5. And then with these 2 4s, you can put a 4 right here. And so this leaves a naked pair of a 7 and 8, which is going to restrict the rest of this block. So this is now 1, 2, 9, which is actually a naked triple, okay? And that can't be 9, that can't be a 1, and this can't be a 2. All right, after doing that, where can a 6 go up here in block 1? Well, because of this 6, can't be here. Because of this 6, can't be here. And because of this 6, it can't be here. So this has to be your 6. And let's continue down column 3. Where can an 8 go? Can't be here because of this 8, and it cannot be here because of this 8. So this has to be your 8. Awesome. All right, after doing that, we can find another hidden pair here. So it's down here in these 3 rows. You notice you got a 4, 5 in row 7, 4, 5 in row 8, and then a 4, 5 here in column 6. That means the 4 and 5 are limited to these 2 cells right there. All right, and I'll just kind of highlight that. That's another hidden pair. So no other candidates can be down here. It only can be in a 4, 5. And now I'm getting to my second amazing tip. If you really like this next tip, please like the video and subscribe to Smart Hobbies, and you will solve some championship puzzle like this even better. So the next tip is we want to focus on what we did with this 9 here, okay? I can remove these colors. Notice how this 9 cuts up column 5. It limits the 9 to these 2 spots here in block 2. All right, and so what I just did is when I have these corner canons, that's called Snyder notation. So anytime a 3x3 block, you only have 2 possibilities for a canon, you mark it. And in case you solve one of the cells, you can solve the other one right away. You notice how this 9, though, they're limited to the same row. So it's row 1 is where the 9s are, and the 9s have to be somewhere here in block 2, and they are going to be in row 1. That means that the 9s cannot be anywhere else along row 1. And so this is my second big tip. This is called a pointy pair, and my tip is that a pointy pair will eliminate all the canons outside of a block. So outside of this block, we can eliminate all the 9s. And guess what? We can eliminate a 9 from this cell right here, because we know a 9's got to be in one of these 2 cells. And this is going to help us do some amazing solving here. And we're not done yet. I still got one more great tip for you. That has to be a 1, this has to be a 2, and this has to be a 9. Awesome. So we're able to solve all that. And now with these 2 ones, we can solve for a 1 right here. And we can finish up column 3 now with a 7. Cool. And this is going to leave a naked pair here in block 4. And I'll go across the row and I'll put the 3, 7 here as a naked pair along row 6. Since the theme is naked pairs and all the other pairs that we can use. Okay. Next thing I want to look at is let's look across row 3 here. So can we do more solving? Yeah. We got 2 1s here in this one. We can solve for a 1 right here. And then you might notice 3, 5, 9's what's left in row 3. Well, I got a 9, a 5 right here, so this has to be a 3, which means this is going to be the 5, 9. I will mark that because I want to show you something here in just a minute involving that. And we're getting now to our third amazing tip here. And to set that up, what we want to do is kind of look across row 7. When you have 5 or more candidates in there and you can't really find the next solve, you want to look where you have, the 5 or more candidates, and you want to start filling in those cells that kind of give you some clues. So we're missing a 2, 6, 7, 8 across this row. So you put a 2, 6, 7, 8 here. You got the 2, 8 here. So we can remove those. And you got a 6, 8 here. We can remove those. And we still have a 2, 6, 7, 8. Now this is a nice tip. Let's look across row 9. Where can a 7 be? It can't be here because of this 7. It's got to be in these 2 cells. And since a 7 has to be in row 9, but it's limited to the same block, the 2 possibilities are in block 9, this creates a claiming pair. And this is my third amazing and wonderful tip. So a claiming pair means you can eliminate every other candidate within the block. Pointing pair was outside the block. Eliminate all these 9s. Claiming pair within the block. So these 3 cells cannot contain a 7. And I've seen the Kraken and the Cryptic guys. I've seen Brimster. I've seen Ranks. Even myself, I'll admit, get stuck because they miss seeing these claiming pairs. And so we can eliminate the 7s from all those spots. And that's going to allow us to solve this cell for a 2. All right. Nice. Now let's see what this can do for us. Hope you really like those amazing tips. But we're not done. We still got to solve many more cells in this puzzle. So now we put the 2 here. Let's look now in column 7. We got a 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. We need a 4, 7, 9. Well, you got a 7 here. Remember, this 9 is that pointing pair. You can't have a 9 there. You can't have a 7. That's got to be a 4 now. And because of this 9, this is a 7, which is going to displace that Snyder mark 7. It allows us to solve a 7 there and a 9 there. And now with the 7 and 9 and the 4, 5 hidden pair helping us out, we know this has got to be an 8. Which is going to allow us to solve this 9. We can eliminate that Snyder mark. All right. Now what can we do? We just solved that 9. Let's look here in block 8, and we now have a 6, 8 naked pair to finish block 9. And now we go up here. We just made all these extra marks. So you got the 7 here, which means this now has to be the 3 and the 7 and the 3. So we can disambiguate all these marks. So with this 3, now we know what this naked pair is. That's the 2 and that's the 3. And so we have a full house because we only have 1 can remaining in block 6. This now has to be a 4. Awesome. And then what are you looking for up here? It looks like a 2, 5, 9 is what's missing in block 3. I got my 2 and the 5 right there. And then I got my 2 repeated right here. I know I can solve all 3 of these using my neat naked triple trick. Because of the 2 and the 5, this has to be the 9. This has to be the 2. And that's going to be your 5. Means we can solve that cell for a 5. And because of this 5, that's a 5 and that's an 8. Look across, I don't see a 4, so I can mark that for a 4. And then we need a 7 and an 8. I got my 8 right here. So here's your 8. Here is your 7, which means now this is a 6. Here's your 8. Here's your 6. All right, got our 7 here. Got our 8 right there. Looking good. 6. We got a 5 here. Got a 6 there. And with this 5 now, we know we can disambiguate this 4, 5 down here. 2 cells remaining. One's got to be a 7. One's got to be a 9. So I'll look for the first one that I see in my peripheral, which is this 9. I know that's where your 9 goes, and this is where the 7 goes. I couldn't teach you everything about Sudoku pairs in this video, so you need to check this next one out. Please consider supporting me through my Buy Me a Coffee page. You can find a link in the description below. I really appreciate it, and thank you so much for watching.